If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Still Got Game, episode 435. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek G. Smooth Nolan.
And I am Roger Hitman Roken.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James John Dagion.
Woo, woo.
I didn't know where I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting me to move up on him either.
I told you that's where I was going.
You're already supposed to move up.
I told you that.
Yes, if you look at the order at the top of the outline, it even tells you where you go so that you don't have that big pregnant pause.
Okay, I'll take my spot back since obviously you
All right, so obviously this is a boys' show tonight. There's no Tiff, and there's also some massive confusion. But Jan's back this week. Selden's here. And then the regulars are always here, me and Hit. So we got a show for you, and we're back. So we'll just hit the ground running and jump right into the show. But if you're in chat right now, you want to talk about some shit, drop it in there, and we'll bring it up in the show because we can always use more content that's timely and new. So we'll jump right in the mailbag for feedback and questions from last week's episode or 2 weeks ago. Remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. Archer 2001 comments. Just a follow-up to our hybrid drinking game. My roommate and I did it again for the most recent episode, and it was too much. We're going to stick with it, though. Now that we know that any episode has the potential to put us over the edge. Ha.
Put you over the edge or kill you.
So they were the ones that did it based on...
Did they actually type in "ha" at the end? Because that's hilarious. No, that's even better than the rest of it. The fact that there doesn't matter what we're doing or how much they're drinking. It's the fact that he just says "ha," which is great.
Yeah, they were the hybrid that did the based on who was on the show, and then they also drank anytime someone or they did the shots at the beginning based on who was on the show, and then they drank swigs of beer for every swear.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So wait, am I the X Factor tonight?
Nah, you're only one.
I'm only one?
Yeah, it's when
Tiff
Tiff is on, is like, whoa, it's 5.
Tiff is 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no, Yant is.
I'm 2.
No, Jan is
3
3,
or-
but I'm just saying
yeah.
he's only one more than
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's on. Tiff is 5. Like she's like
Yeah.
3.
She's the unicorn.
Ha!
She's the chug of fifth.
Yeah, she's the one that's the game changer when she's
Yeah,
on.
she comes on the show.
And
It's
there's
like,
5.
whoa,
You're fucked.
So
Five
it's who's on the
shots.
show and cursing, right? Was the other one?
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to make you swill already while you're still in the middle of doing your drinks for who's on the show, but fuck it.
Well, I will never give you stuff to drink
Yeah.
at that point for curse words.
So yeah, we're glad that you're happy with the hybrid Archer, and occasionally when all of us are on, usually the first Monday of the month, that's probably going to be the most fun episode for you. So
Won't even make it through the intro.
all right, moving on. Basic Bro comments. I have really been enjoying your podcast during the pandemic. It has really helped. Really.
Really.
It has really helped keep me keep my mind off of things for an hour or so at a time. Thank you all. I
Eric
got so
is
thrown off
having an aneurysm as we
I know.
speak.
because he used really in both sentences. I have really been enjoying your podcast during the pandemic. It has really helped me keep my mind off of things for an hour or so at a time. Thank you all. Like, you don't have to put in all the sentences.
No,
You may
he
have to
does.
talk to
He's emphasizing it's really been awesome. It's really been awesome to listen to us.
Yeah, I'm glad he's a fan and not offended by us calling out the reallys, but
There's that we
Us,
word again.
it-
There's that we word again.
It might be a we show, but it's not a we calling them out. So.
well, Basic Bro, thanks. We appreciate it. Yeah, that
We
was
again.
a nice compliment.
You may have to talk to your son's English teacher about how he writes the sentences for you.
So funny. All right. Next up.
Lead
Lead Tony asks, I get for the most part Yeah, I can't. Why can't
Wow,
you talk tonight?
so it's you is the problem.
Yeah,
I know.
it's not them.
It's because
not
I'm
basic
looking at
Will.
this Leet Tony or Leetony is screwing me up. All right, I get that for the most part. Oh my God,
right, you're
why
done.
can't I
You're
breathe?
putting your words aren't even there.
I
Where
know.
do you see parts?
All right, here we go.
Breathe.
All right. I get that for most of you, the Xbox is your primary gaming device. But why do some of you have to lay so much hate on PlayStation week after week? I have both, but PlayStation is my primary. Let's just all get along.
Oh boy.
This is a deep one.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I agree with you, Leetony or Leet Tony.
Yes. I say we all get along as well, but I want to throw this out there to you. You proved to me why that your PlayStation is your number one console, and I'll leave it alone.
Prove to you?
Yeah, he's got to prove to me why is PlayStation his number one console.
Well, he probably likes first person.
Garbage.
Sorry.
I mean, wait,
Third person,
Sorry, story-
single
he
player,
yeah,
story
single-
games.
Movie story-driven games.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's probably what he likes. That's
Or
not
maybe-
what we like. We also do like from here and there stuff like that. But mainly we like multiplayer, and that's where Xbox is. That's where Xbox shines.
Maybe he's into those.
It's not really hate. It's just at least for me, it's not hate. It's just a matter of preference.
Yonta
I'm a
comes off as
multiplayer
hate.
guy.
I can see why he would think.
I hate to say it, but mine is a little bit of hate.
Yeah.
There's
Why?
due reasons for it, but there's due reasons for it.
He got hit in the head with a PlayStation when he was a kid.
Exactly. Primary
PlayStation
reason
broke
one.
my leg when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree
It
with
bit me.
I agree with Hit. I mean, it's just the games. I don't like the Japanese fighting style games that PlayStation
Oh,
puts out a lot of.
007's opinions do not reflect those of Told to Play.
Well, no, it's I just don't like those, and I don't like the movie-driven single track type games. I like the multiplayer, and I like the first-person shooters.
Not
So,
the on rails third person story games.
yeah.
I can see that. Or there's probably people that the same argument that we make, maybe their friends are in fucking PlayStation land.
Yeah.
So that's another option. Maybe they came from always playing Madden. Like there's people that I know only play fucking Madden or FIFA, or they're weirdos, but like, and they've been playing it since the PlayStation. So they just have bought the next PlayStation as their next Madden console, and they just get the new Madden roster update every year and they move on. So
Which console actually is the better to play sports games on?
Probably the one
mean-
that has multiplayer, which is
they both have multiplayer. Yeah.
no, I mean like when
The
it
better
comes to, when it
community.
comes to a sports game, you want it to have online capabilities because you want to keep playing like games, especially against other people. You don't want to keep playing
Nintendo
against
Switch.
AI all the time.
Yeah, but PlayStation has the
No,
PlayStation.
I know, but of the two like networks, Xbox has,
Live is superior.
that's what they're known for is multiplayer.
Yeah, because I think we can all admit that none of us are actually sports game players for the most part, and I just
No.
I don't know if one system has it better graphics and smoothness, or if,
I mean, for me, like I have both.
I have both too.
I'm a mainly PC
Stop
player,
it.
but I have both.
Mhm.
I'm getting Last of Us in a couple days. It's already preloaded. I dusted
Yeah.
off the old PlayStation. I just wish I would use that thing more. There's
I know,
there's
same
no
thing.
game. There's barely any games on that thing that I want to play. Like I think the last game I wanted to play on it, I didn't end up getting it because I heard it was coming for PC. So
Mm.
that was what's his name?
Death Stranding.
Stranding, yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, I might not even get that game. I heard that game's weird. And
It's a
then
Stranding game, yeah.
I think before that was like God of War, like 2-3 years ago. Like it's just,
Well, that's the thing. Is like
I pull it out when like a good game comes out, but yeah, mainly
if
Xbox
it's something
or
available on
PC.
everything, you get it on Xbox or PC.
Yeah.
And then if it's a PlayStation exclusive, you fire it up, you take your 7 firmware updates,
And
and then you can
also,
play the game.
of the two consoles, I like playing on the better hardware, and that's the Xbox. I have the X, and I have a Pro, so the X is better than the Pro by a lot. So
Yep.
I'm sure we'll talk about it later. I mean, there's some good stuff coming out of Sony. I mean, I don't think we all hate. I mean, If I had the money and the time, I would probably pick one up. It's just not a priority in my purchasing plan.
Yeah,
so.
and
I'm
like,
trying to be nice here. I'll be honest.
For me, it's
We'll get to it later. We'll get to it
yeah,
later.
for me, it's day 1, 2, and 1, and so I'm still sharing the love. But
My biggest thing really is for the PlayStation. It's not that I'm throwing shade or hate at it, because of a specific reason. But the biggest reason is because they don't really have anything I want on their console ever. I've only seen 2 games out of the whole time that PlayStation's been around that I've ever wanted to play their console for. It's not worth me buying that console for those 2 games. I can just borrow one. So what I did. So I borrowed one.
Blockbuster and rent one.
Oh wait. Oh
Wow.
Ouch.
The one in Alaska, the only one left.
Deep cuts.
Yeah. So,
PlayStation's definitely making some things that are interesting. Like their controller, it looks like it's getting more along the lines of like the Xbox controller. So,
we're talking about this later, no?
Are we talking about that controller?
Yeah, we'll talk about everything later. So, all right, we'll move on.
We'll just say we're sorry for throwing so much shade. We'll try to be more nicey to PlayStation, and all of us will get along.
Wow. All right, that was Yant being condescending to you. Like Hidden Eye, I feel like are usually good guys about this.
Oh, please.
All right. Last but not least, Altius asks, Sony's event has come and gone with no mention of pricing. One of the two has to announce first, otherwise neither can start taking pre-orders, which is critical. Now that we've seen major events from both, who will announce first and when?
So I want to chime in this a little bit. So I've been reading a few stories, like they still keep saying they're data mining and finding these weird leaks of pricing. So I saw like there's 2 different ones I saw that seem more realistic. There was a $499 one and a $599 one. So
for PlayStation?
Or both.
Yeah, for PlayStation. Yeah, I still think that Microsoft needs to make the big play here, and that's just what I'm putting on it. Even if they don't, it's probably both are going to be $499 at this point.
I would be surprised. I went into this expecting to spend $1,700. So, well, for 3 consoles.
Yeah, no.
Are we talking about the PlayStation event anywhere later down the road?
Yeah, we're talking about it during the news stories. Yeah,
okay. A little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I think we got to start talking now that the event has gone by. We got to start talking about when it comes to pricing. Let's talk about what they're offering. They have 2. They have 2 items now, and I think that plays a factor into pricing, especially from what you heard. Like I could see it being the non-digital $499 and the regular $599.
You mean digital $499 and regular?
Sorry.
Yeah. It kind of like Xbox did originally with the 360, where they were like, "Oh, we can't have the good one at the right price, but we'll have one at that price," and that's why we had the what the hell was the shitty Xbox 360 called?
The Slim?
No, the
Slim?
Core.
Oh,
wasn't it Core and Pro?
Something like
yes,
that.
it was something like that. Yeah.
So the Core one was out to meet the pricing thing, and then the other one was the one that everybody really wanted.
But to answer Altius's question, I mean, without getting into the actual price points at this point, because I think we're talking about that later, I think that they both have a deadline for when they're going to announce the price. So they're just going to hold off into that deadline, hoping that the other one cracks first.
I still think they have time on it. And I think after July is over, I think that's when the prices will drop.
I don't know, because literally this week is the week that they've always started pre-orders. They announced that they dropped the price at E3. Fucking pre-orders go live, and
they've got time.
And then they have something to show on their balance sheets about like, oh, well, we didn't sell anything this quarter, but in December we have
their event yet, have they?
Well, they're doing all this. Like,
they're doing their July events.
Until they
that's what
Halo.
I'm waiting for. After that, that's
Until
they
announce
Halo, they're not announcing it. That's when. I think that at the end of July is when we'll see, or actually after Microsoft's event, I think we'll see both of them.
But even then, like I don't even think they have to. I think they can still playing this Like, we don't need to go. Like, Sony, we're waiting on you. Like, we can go all day. It's like,
oh, you're waiting on us? Really?
like I don't think,
Yeah,
they don't have anything to lose.
I mean,
Right?
Microsoft, I don't think has a supply chain issue. PlayStation has started production on theirs, the reports are saying, and I think they're going to get out enough units to, at least get them through the beginning month or so. So, I mean, I think they're in the position where they know they're going to sell out every one of their consoles, and I think they can hold off a little longer. And Microsoft's going to wait for them.
That's not a position you want to be in. You don't ever want to be the guy that can sell off all your things.
Hold on.
Nintendo does it all the time.
No,
I know, and think how much more
And
money
look at
Nintendo
them.
could make if they actually had shit.
and think about this, Selden. There's the people that are on the fence between the Xbox and the PlayStation. So if the PlayStation sells out, they're like leaning towards more doing the PlayStation. They will go to the Xbox because PlayStation will be out. You can't buy it anymore. So if they have plenty of Xboxes still, I go with Derek's point there. Like, you can't sell out your consoles. You have to have a constant stream of them going, or else they're people that are on the edge are just going to jump ship.
Yep.
I 100% agree. But with the coronavirus and everything going on in the world, lots of experts already said they're going to have limited supply.
What I was gonna say, sorry to interrupt. I was actually gonna type after the event that Selden's concern is actually more amplified now, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier, like a couple of minutes ago. We have to think about this as a 2 SKU system now. Like, this isn't one thing. This is 2 pieces of hardware.
Well, we always knew it was 2 SKUs from Microsoft too.
We don't know that. They have only ever announced one. Sony
Yeah,
has
they haven't
definitely
announced their
announced
digital
2.
and their other one.
Yeah, like Lockhart
they
has
haven't
not been
announced
announced. It's just rumored. That could be a year off, or could be at launch. We don't know. But the only thing that Xbox has announced is 1, and PlayStation has announced 2. And it going back to what Selden was saying earlier in the year about the shortage. This is going to be only amplified even more. They're going to be two SKUs that they have to mass produce during this COVID time. I don't think they're going to have enough stock for everybody.
That's two different manufacturing lines
Xbox,
too,
or both.
So like we might, like, not we, but like someone might go into a store and want to get a PS5. Like, they say they might want the disc version, but end up leaving with the digital because maybe that's all they have, or vice versa, right? Like, you gotta start thinking about this as a 2 SKU system now.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think Sony originally planned on a discless system. I think this is making changes due to the supply demand that's out there.
You think maybe this is a reaction to them having a more expensive console?
I think
that's also a very key factor.
They're like, oh shit, we're more expensive.
Let's rewind a few years. This is how we share shit on our console.
Oh gosh. You seriously, I was going to avoid bringing that up, but okay,
yeah. So now you're going all digital, fuckface, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry, 1337 Oni.
No, that's not the drink. That's Archer 2001's our drinking game person. Man.
That's why I would throw more shade on Sony, because they did that crap when it's a digital world, and they should have gone here last generation console. Not this one. And the fact that Sony's now finally going to that game shows you a little why we throw shade that way.
I just don't know.
I think Microsoft just holds out. Just hold out as long as you can.
I think Microsoft is in the power seat to sit there and wait.
No, but what's a pre-order a month out compared to now? It's the same thing.
What if? Okay, let's throw this out here. We've talked about this before. What if Microsoft did drop a big bomb and they come out and they go, so the digital version is going to be $399. So they come out with 2 consoles, 2 SKUs as well, 2 consoles. The digital version is $399 and the other one is $499 for the disc.
If Xbox,
do you think Sony's going to be able to drop down their digital version to that low? That's what I'm saying. Like, Microsoft has all the cards here. They just have to play the right one. They got to play with the right one, and this could be a game changer for them.
Nothing to lose. Like, you're most dangerous when you have nothing to lose. Like, it's. Yeah. I think they can hold out as long as they want. Because I just thought about it now. Like, what's if they announce 2 weeks ahead of the date? Like, Apple does it. Apple does it every year.
Yeah, they do.
But
iPhone pre-orders are iPhone showing on a Wednesday, pre-orders on a Friday, and you have the thing next Friday in your hands. I don't think who cares when the
I don't think they
is?
can do that with the console
No,
quite so much because
Well,
they got the holiday
the
season
phone
and
is
stuff.
3
but-
times more expensive than a
I know,
fucking
but
console.
the phone is something that they at least have a yearly track record of what investors can expect from phone sales.
Right.
Yeah.
What investors in Microsoft need to see and in Sony need to see is, oh, well, you're not making money in your gaming division this quarter, but you have pre-orders totaling X amount over the next 5.5 months, which covers that quarter and the next quarter, and that makes us feel good about the state of your business because you've amortized that cost over that profit over those 5 months. So,
But you're once again, Microsoft, I don't think is really concerned about the console sales compared to repeat subscription model that they've been pushing towards.
I know, but you get a
I think
sale of a
they
console and then you
show-
get the subscription.
Yeah,
But-
they have to bring them back, Selden. And not just that, the fact that they have realistically, we're still talking about it as just Xbox. It's Xbox and PC. They've kind of joining that whole thing. I still think it would be awesome to see, and this is my wish list, and I know it's probably not going to happen, is they have 3 SKUs. They have the 2 we've talked about, and then they have a third one, which is almost like a build your own Xbox, so it's even more
That's
powerful.
That's never gonna happen.
I'm just telling you, that would just throw it like that people would buy it. You know you would, Smooth. You know you would.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
never gonna
yeah,
happen.
totally, but it's not gonna happen.
No,
I
it's
know,
good.
but
The whole point of consoles is to avoid the plague of bullshit little problems you have with PCs and drivers and everything else.
no, I
These
get
things
it. I get
come
it.
out of the box so you don't have to sweat those things. You didn't upgrade to the latest NVIDIA drivers and all of a sudden it broke one of your games and you have tearing or whatever at 4K 60. Like the whole point of consoles is I don't want to have to sweat that tonight. I just want to sit down and fucking play a game and not worry about all this bullshit.
Just I'm telling you, that would be cool.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. It would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That would be
none
it
of-
would be a bomb. So they drop the other 2 pricing on those consoles down even lower, and then they drop that bomb. That would be like
2,500. Build your own. Boom.
I was thinking
I
more.
think I mentioned
15,
that like
but-
2 or 3 months ago that the secret one was a bigger one.
So,
Anyways,
All right.
Altius, great question.
yes, that was a good question. And that carried the question and answer period of the show pretty long. But if you have ones for next week, give us a call 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooledplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over and what we're playing? Hitman, what the fuck you been playing this week, bro?
So like 99% Warzone. Well, actually, Call of Duty, and it was the multiplayer weekend this weekend, so I played a little bit of multiplayer.
You're playing on PC, is that right?
Yeah. And yeah, mainly Call of Duty, and then like very little Sea of Thieves. There's an update later this week, so I might go back to that a bit, and a little bit of Golf with Friends with
Nice.
you, my buddies.
Nice.
And,
As someone that plays Warzone or Call of Duty in general, actually, because Warzone I don't give a fuck about, but the real Call of Duty, when you played on PC, what was your balance of Xbox and PlayStation players did you notice in your lobbies?
I
If
don't
you
know,
had to guess.
mainly PC, maybe 50%, maybe 40% Xbox, and 10% PlayStation. We even saw a guy last night. He was PlayStation
Console with a mouse.
Yeah, console with a mouse, PlayStation with a mouse.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Occasionally
whoa.
you see that and you're like, oh,
Whoa.
that's a weird choice. Yeah. A lot of
Like,
times you see
I see
PC
Xbox
with controller.
Yes. A couple of my buddies are like that now. Actually, like Nelson, those guys.
They just want the better graphics, but don't want to fucking
Right.
deal with keyboard mouse bullshit. Yeah.
Right.
I think that's what I need to be pushing towards to do with my stuff too. So
That's how I played Sea of Thieves with you guys. I played on
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
time,
play
but
Sea of Thieves with a controller.
Yeah, that's
but
what
I
I did.
play Warzone with a mouse and keyboard. Like anything like precision, it's gotta be mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, but
Sea of
that's why
Thieves
there's
is not
auto aim.
competitive at all, right? So like,
But that's why they throw in the auto aim and the aim assist and all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, I like
it's
skill.
the great equalizer.
Skill based.
Dude, you had that fucking that crutch all through your Halo years on console. So don't
Yeah, and
pretend
then
now that you don't like
and now I oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to throw in Halo 3 PC.
Nice.
I forgot all about that. I forgot I got in there.
Good.
Yeah, I've been playing that, and man, that game looks really good in 4K. Ooh.
They all look so
And it
good.
runs at like fucking like 350 frames. Like it's ridiculous.
Damn.
Nice.
I
They did a good job with bringing those the way they did.
Yeah.
The
And
MCC on
they just
PC is
announced that
baller.
they're adding something, right?
Oh, they did.
ODST.
ODST.
Yeah, the firefight
yeah.
modes.
Yeah, which I thought was already in there. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That was something I never really played. That wasn't my style. That was more of like a weird like. It was like the battle royale of the old days. Like,
Well,
I don't want to play that.
It was their version of zombies.
Battle Royale.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
Like a novelty knockoff of real FPS. So.
No, it was the wave after wave. It was
Yeah.
that was in direct response
You're
to
gonna call it
Call of
Horde
Duty
mode?
Zombies.
No, it's
Horde
more in
mode.
horde mode. Or, yeah.
Yeah, it was more of the directive like
Gears of War.
Gears of
horde
War.
mode.
Yeah. So
So I
like,
keep saying horde mode over and
Yeah.
over.
yeah, but not everybody played Gears of War, so you know.
Oh, I see on. I don't like Gears of War either. It's a third person higher.
Oh, I like it. I just hate the roadie run. It actually makes me sick.
Third person hider with the chains. It was all the roll to your next
And
cover.
Call of
like,
Duty is a first
be a-
person hider.
No, Call of Duty. I don't
Hey,
ever hide. I'm
everybody fucking hides in that game.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
Camp-
you.
it's
That's
Camp
why you.
City.
That's why you don't get the juggy hit. That's why, because
Well,
you hide. I'm
no.
fucking running fucking
No,
AR.
I'm
or
running.
There's no
SMG.
hiding on the map you play.
I'm
Yeah,
running
AR or
around.
SMG. Yeah.
I see guys in the corner just like, no, he saw me. Oh no, click, 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 click. Like, oh fuck, man.
No, that's why you get an AR or SMG. There's no. You're not
Oh,
using
yeah,
a sniper
AR.
rifle.
No.
You're not using a fucking LMG or.
Did you get the Fennec, by the way? I like that gun.
No, no.
Anyway, sorry.
Sorry.
Selden, Yaunt, what are you guys been playing?
I'll take it. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft Dungeons with some people online.
Some people.
Myself
I
got
played.
together one night.
Tiff.
I played with Tiff. I think I spoiled something with her, and she kicked me off her server real quick.
No, you
We
don't
talked about that
say.
before you got on.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah,
You broke
I-
the rules, Selden.
I
I told
didn't
you. Yeah, I
You
told you.
broke the rules.
I showed her one little bounce pad that she must have had unlocked for probably 2 weeks and didn't know was there. So she probably got pissed and kicked me off. So that's she's probably mad at me, but oh well. But I played I've been tinkering still with Journey to a Savage Planet, Animal Crossing on the Switch, and Empires and Puzzles on my phone. So that's about it.
Nice. Yaunt.
I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare, the real version of it, not the actual fake
Oh, so Warzone.
crap anymore. Warzone, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
No, that's actually not the game.
A
That's
civilized
that's the
person.
free add-on. Yeah.
Yep, the free add-on, that's awesome. In Minecraft Dungeons, been playing a lot with my kids. Played a little bit with Selden the other night too.
You should just jump in on Tiff's game too.
No, I know better. I'm not an idiot.
All right. For the people that drink on swears, Yaunt calling someone an idiot is practically a swear. That's good enough for
poopy.
you.
Go ahead and drink. Just drink. Jan said poopy, drink.
Yep.
So was she upset? Was she upset?
I feel like Selden doesn't.
Deep into it.
I feel like Selden doesn't understand why.
Yeah. So this is why I never got to play Borderlands with them, because I was so far ahead they didn't want me to play because I was afraid I was going to ruin something for them. So they would never let me play with them.
Like Destiny had this problem too, right? Like,
Yes,
you can't just join off of a low level person.
She doesn't like spoilers. She doesn't like someone demolishing the mechanics of the game because they're like the god or whatever. And so, I don't know.
She's a purist.
Yes.
All right.
Purist.
So the fact that she went to unload groceries and I just dropped a whole bunch of loot on her as she was sitting there was bad.
I didn't know you did that.
I don't know. I didn't follow up after that. I followed up with, hey, our groceries are here. We got to wipe them down and bring them in. And she's like, Selden's still in my game. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Boot him.
And then you were gone by the time she came back. So,
Oh, she booted me when she got back.
No, what happened is I think that the game went to the.
Yeah, no, the game was crashing a lot that night.
Yeah, that game freezes up all the time. And you lose all the loot that you got when you weren't around. So,
yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
So she may have lost all that, which means that you didn't buy any goodwill. So, just saying. All right.
I'll tell her I'm sorry.
No, you can tell yourself.
Tiff, I'm sorry.
Like she's watching this show.
Or ever listen to
That's
it.
so
Seriously.
Yeah, what the fuck? All right. I played some real Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Shipment 24/7 like I always do. Best map in the game. Fucking earning myself juggies left and right. Fucking Juggernaut. And then that
You
fucking
are a
rock music starts in the
psychopath.
background. And I'm in my juggy suit and it's rocking and people around me can hear. GBMS is like, I can hear your music if I stay next to you. And I was like, yeah, let's do this.
We're
And
about
then-
to get copyright banned.
Is it metal at least?
Yeah, it's metal. Yeah, it's fucking, it goes nuts when you're in the juggy. Yes, yeah. And then the juggy is the Juggernaut for those of you unfamiliar with what I'm saying. And then I played some Minecraft Dungeons myself. I'm not as big a fan of that game as Tiff is. It's rudimentarily okay. I'd rather play Diablo just because there's so much bullshit mechanics in this Minecraft Dungeons game that it's not even fun. And
There's some weird stuff for sure. Like,
and they don't throw enough good loot at you. So
you also have to pump up the difficulty to actually make it challenging. You can't just play at the default level when you come in or as you're progressing through. You really got to get in there and up the level of difficulty so that the mobs and spawns are a lot tougher and harder to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting the wolf armor for the 50th time is kind of gets old too.
Yeah, it's like, how about a little more variety except for the 4 armors that you have and just keep increasing the number next to them. Yeah, fuck yourself. But I guess that's what you get for a free game. Then I played Shitty Potter, Shittards Unite.
Oh, now you're hating on this.
Yeah,
dude?
he's hating on that.
I always hate this game.
No, you haven't.
No,
Let's
you
roll it
loved
back.
it.
Harry Potter's
roll
the
it back.
best game
No,
ever.
it's better. It's better than Pokemon Go, and I did play all the events.
Oh, let's roll that one back too.
And I finished all of the Harry Potter events in the last 3 weeks, including the weekend things. I get them all, including the bonus rounds and everything else. And I do my one catch of a Mon every day in Pokemon Go. And then I play some Toon Blast. Oh, it's not on here, but I did play your shitty disc golf with friends or whatever the fuck it's called. Disc golf.
That didn't last very long for me.
No, it's pretty
retired
annoying.
quickly.
Yeah. It's so easy to win every time. All
Is
you
there
have
a
to do
VR?
is.
Is there a VR disc?
Oh, if there was
I've
a
looked
VR
at a
disc
couple
golf
different
game,
VR disc golfs, and none of them
No?
really
Hmm,
catch it
hmm.
right. They haven't done it right yet. So
that would be a
Yeah.
good game, but this game is not.
Sounds
All
like
right.
a Snorefest.
Since our show is approaching the 7-hour mark, why don't we jump into new releases? First new release out this week is Last of Us Part 2, and we all love this game.
Yeah, I'm not a PlayStation guy. This is a wonderful game. They have done this game right, and hopefully the first one they did right. Hopefully this one follows that storyline and does a wonderful job, because this game has a great storyline, great playthrough.
I
one
have
got
a
delayed
feeling.
twice.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a lot like Halo 2. I've heard some rumors where it's like people. It's one of those like Halo 2
It's
situations.
divisive.
Where they like lead you down one way, like with advertising, but when you play the game, it's like completely different.
Yeah. I've
So
heard
I
that
don't
as
know.
well.
Which would be great, because like I said, the storyline in it is phenomenal. You know, this is one of those games I would pick up if I was a really PlayStation person, but like it's not one of those that sells a console for me.
Yeah.
No.
Especially if it doesn't
No,
have
I mean-
multiplayer and replayability afterwards.
It does. There's a couple of streamers I watch on Twitch that one of them has played it 20 times. He does it always on the anniversary, like The Last of Us, the first one. He plays it on the anniversary every year, and he plays it on different difficulties. And the different difficulties, which are great about the game, is the hard mode. Actually, where, not to spoil anything, some of the things change in the world. So where the spawns and stuff are, and different things you pick up are not there, or could be there, or better things, or you get less stuff. So it makes a really good, challenging game, and it's really cool with the storyline, the way how it all flows through. I think they did a great job with this game, and I hope they do a great job with this one too, because I'm excited to watch a few people play this.
Well, they have the extra 6 fucking months, so you better use
I know, right?
6 at this point. Yeah.
I feel like this game was on the shelf months ago. Like, it hasn't really changed much.
No,
since.
remember they were blaming the first thing they said was the development was being blocked by COVID and people work from home. And the second one was they couldn't make discs as fast as they wanted to send it.
Do you
to
think they
everybody.
were really still developing it at that point in time?
Yeah, I think
There's
it
a
was
reason why a lot of
sitting on the
games
shelf.
have day one patches, guys. It's because nowadays
Shit
you
was
set
broken.
you set your release date fucking goalpost, and it's like, oh, that thing's fucking set, and then you ride all the way up, like you're like gold master, but then you patch
I
all
don't
the stuff
know.
you
I
did in the
feel like
last 2
anymore
months.
they don't do that. I
I
feel
don't
like a
know.
lot of games have been here's our goalpost, and then they like, let's tear it down, we're gonna move it over here. Because that's how I feel like it's going lately.
Tell that to that fucking EA game, Anthem. Yeah, that thing came out super awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that was a different
a fickle bitch.
that was a turd in itself.
Yep.
Third, that's a curse for you.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Drink it. Drink.
Yep.
But I will say that, Last of Us, the original one, was why I picked up a used PlayStation back in the day.
Hmm.
And it's a beautiful game. It had a good story, but it was an escort mission game. It was a movie game, and it just didn't do it for me. It turned me off from the PlayStation at that point. Drake's Fortune, I played that. I was fine or whatever.
But the
it was.
Uncharted games are awesome.
But it's once again, it was just it just wasn't the genre of games I like to play. I'd probably rather watch Last of Us 2 as somebody streaming it and showing me the story.
I totally disagree with you. This is not a game I want to watch on stream. And as someone that's planning on streaming this, when I get
I
it
will
later
watch
this
your
week,
stream then.
I don't want to
Because
watch it. I want to be the guy doing it.
it's heavily story based, right?
Yes,
so like I don't want to ruin the story by watching somebody else play it. I don't know.
I'm not going to play it, so I might as well watch somebody else
Yeah.
play it and watch the movie of it.
I agree with Sophie.
Fair,
It's
fair.
like the Stranded
Fair.
game that we never got to watch because Tiff never our correspondent,
Yeah,
Stranded's correspondent, never watched.
She should have.
But it was just playing through the first Last of Us, it just felt like a creeping escort mission that all you did was creep from box to box.
That's what it
and
is.
You escorted and it just was not my type of game. And unfortunately, I really, really wanted to like it. I really did. I liked the story, but the gameplay just turned me off. And I was probably one of the minority,
Minority
of the gamers that like the game.
All right. Well, the only other new release out this week is Disintegration out for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. Does anybody have any interest in this? This is
I
that
don't even
weird.
know what this is.
What is this game?
This thing actually had some pretty good buzz because it's like a first-person game meets a like real-time game. So you're moving your squads, but then you're also playing first-person shooter. Like it's a weird hybrid.
Yeah, I watched a trailer for it after we saw it in the notes, and it did look interesting, but not interesting enough to buy it.
Fair
Man,
enough.
who releases a game on the week of Last of Us 2? Whew.
Who releases a game during E3?
Rest in peace. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, it's on Xbox at least.
This is usually a point in time where there's no releases. Like E3 week and the month prior are dead.
That's probably when they released. That's probably why they released it.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on right now.
Yep. It actually doesn't look half bad, but it doesn't look like something I want either. So,
yeah. I was looking at somebody was talking about the mechanics of controlling your squadron. It's kind of wonky because you can only control the whole unit as one unit. You can't tell individuals to do certain tasks like go to this bunker, you guys go to this bunker.
Yeah, no, you're basically moving your whole unit around and then you're first person shooting there. So it's an interesting concept. It probably someday could be evolved into something more fun without going to the super annoying Battlefield method of where you have like the top down commander and then you have the commanders of all the guys and that guy is trying to tell you like we're going here.
Command and conquer.
You're like, fuck you. I'm a run and gun player. I do what I want. I don't go follow my squad.
Like Command and Conquer, you mean?
Yeah, Command and Conquer, not Battlefield.
Yeah. No, Battlefield does that where they have the like Battlefield 4 and all those games. They all have the commander mode and the commander has all the squads. And each squad has a leader and they all I forget what it's called because that's not my style of first person shooter, but the Battlefield games all have that. So I don't know. It looks good. He's watching the video and he's not even the point where he's seen any fucking game. So he's just watching cutscenes. So
yeah, I'm out.
I think everybody's out, but it looks okay.
Came out.
All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? First story. Xbox expands on smart delivery, confirms game progress will carry forward. So this is this has been the big selling point of Xbox Series X is this fucking smart delivery thing. You know, you buy it now, you get it later, better. But there was a lot of concern expressed whether just because you're getting the game, are you just wasting time? You're playing it twice, or you're doing whatever. And Microsoft's like, no, fuck you. You want to play now in your Xbox One and play later on the Series X? Yeah, it's all the same save game, motherfucker. You got this. So
I think this is great. I think this is a lot of what Destiny's been doing too, especially when they've been sharing it across the.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Destiny, dropping Destiny on there?
What?
Wow.
It's true. That's what they've been doing. When they launched the last time they did the big launch, they launched it where you can pull it from your Xbox to PC or PlayStation to PC or PC to, so you can play with all your friends. Like this is where the future of gaming is going. Like Microsoft's doing here. The fact you can pull together your saves into the next console, that's huge.
By the way, but shame on you, Derek. I can't believe, like, looking at the stories, can't believe you didn't add the Destiny story on there.
Oh, I saw the
Shame on
Destiny
you,
story.
man.
Yeah.
I didn't even understand any of the terms.
Shame
They're like,
on you, man.
This brand new form of rep is next to this brand new form of currency, and the game is dumb. And blah. Fuck
No,
that.
I'm
Fucking
adding.
piece of shit game.
I'm adding that at the end. By the way,
No,
we
you add it
need
at
to
the
talk about that.
All right,
as
back to
long
the
as we can
story.
hate on it. Yeah.
No, it's
But I think-
nothing to do with Destiny. Anyway, we'll get to it later.
All right.
But back to this story, I think this is definitely good with the smart delivery, more information on it. I think especially for people that are buying in-game loot and stuff like that. I don't know if they've officially come out and said that anything that you buy, you know, right now will carry on a smart delivery to the next version. But anybody that's buying, you know, costumes or Barbie
I'm
dress-up
sure.
dolls,
I'm sure it's everything.
It's
just-
your save
it's-
it's everything.
once
Yeah.
they say save, I feel confident that anything I buy now is going to carry on to my next console version. So I think it's a great move, and I think they're just kicking ass with this smart delivery. So
You buying a lot of outfits and games right now?
no, I don't buy shit.
Good. That's why I
Play
was
all the
checking.
free games on Game Pass. So I think I have to spend money.
I know. That's why I was so confused. That was your fucking
Yeah,
wall.
someone's
You're
not
like,
overplaying Fortnite and buying all the skins over there. I mean, come on, really.
Sullivan's Line in the
wish
Sand
Red
was
had-
his DLC.
I wish Red Dead had this feature.
Mm.
Yeah, it's much easier to do first party, but there are we know that Ubisoft is bought in. There's a whole there's 16 games that are already been.
Well, I'm excited about
announced
Cyberpunk.
this. So,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
So that's good to know that if you start it now and you want to pick it up after, you're
And
good to go.
didn't they also say you can push it forward and not actually have to purchase it on the next console as well? They're just going to let you have it on the next console.
That's what smart delivery is. So
Yeah.
if you buy it smart delivery, you have it on the Series X.
Yeah, so Rockstar hasn't committed to the smart delivery yet on any other titles, right?
Well, they're Rockstar, so what do you expect?
They're in PlayStation's pocket, which is, that goes into the whole Grand Theft Auto 5 now going on to its third generation of consoles that they announced. But
Yeah, that's weird too.
That's also not a story. Wow. Okay.
All right.
I don't know.
Any
That one
of
right
you-
there. That one right there. To be honest with you, I don't think that's a story. The fact that it's still don't get me wrong. That's fantastic. The game, but old news. I know there's still tons of people playing it, but let's.
I mean,
Anybody can add the story
it's more of a bullet point for the PlayStation 5 reveal stream. But anyway,
Well, anybody can add a story any week.
I mean, do we really need to? We were all watching the stream together.
I know.
We're talking on Discord.
I know, but that's why
I really
this
need
is
to
for the
add
main
that one,
audience. Yeah, no, you kind of gotta. Next
Kind of big
story.
news that happens. You kind of want to talk about it. I don't know.
I'll take one.
All right, you can add it while Selden's talking.
All right, Star Wars Squadrons will let you pilot an X-Wing in VR. Huge trailer dropped today. If you didn't see it, it was
sick.
Actually,
Pretty sick.
fucking amazing.
It was fucking.
It was
baller.
so awesome. And actually watching through the trailer, I didn't know it was had a VR mode until there was one, maybe 10, 15 second scene where you
Right
the
there,
pilot was
VR mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, like I didn't know that beforehand. But like, there's in the cutscene in the trailer,
Gameplay scene. Yeah.
yeah, there's like a 10 to 15-second scene within that the person's looking left and right like crazy. I'm like, holy shit, that's VR.
Yep.
It's coming to VR too.
Yeah, it's coming to VR
So-
on PC
People-
and PlayStation. Yeah.
People seem stoked about this game, which I don't blame them. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, go watch
No,
it
I've definitely
after
seen
the
trailer.
show. But go watch it.
Definitely seen it.
Yeah, this
And
is
we're watching it right now live. So
This reminds me of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. This is so overdue. I don't
And
know.
the fact that
I'm pumped for it.
It even leads to the view that it's going to have a great multiplayer battles of 5v5. I think at the end where they show the two side team members, facing off against
Red
each
5
other.
standing by. Gold 5.
So
Yeah,
it's just
so-
this game has got me super excited.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped for this too. And
What's this coming out on?
everything.
everything.
Well, Xbox, PC, and PlayStation, and then for
Stadia.
PC, it's Stadia. For PC, it's VR, and on PlayStation, it's PSVR.
Interesting.
But
But
it's
Looks good. Looks fun. Takes place right after Return of the Jedi. So
I mean, the graphics. I mean, the few little gameplays you've seen, it looks like the graphics look phenomenal.
This takes place after Return of the Jedi?
right after.
What?
So this is so your fucking your Death Star 2 gets blown up, but there's still fucking guys that are like, oh, we're bad guys, and there's guys that we're still good guys, and like until you have everybody reeled in, they're not just like, well,
Yeah,
they blew
the
up the Death
battle's
Star,
still
we're
going
all
on.
done.
It wasn't
Yeah.
the one storyline, that was
Yeah.
linear. It was a bunch of storylines going on at one time.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
watched the Death Star. So
I think they showed a release date of October 2nd of this year too.
Yep. so
That gives you a time frame of maybe when they're expecting consoles to be out right around then, hopefully. So
no, consoles are coming in November. Let's be honest. But you do have a month to play Tony Hawk 1 and 2 before you play this. So
Cool.
I'm on that one.
I pre-ordered those. So
That's interesting.
why is that?
I don't understand you and your gaming preferences.
Those
Yeah,
games
it's
are
Enigma.
they were part of my gaming history, and
Enigma.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is bullshit. And then he
they're
goes and does
redone,
it.
motherfucker.
And
They're
then he does it.
redone. It's not like I'm playing
And then
like
he does
I'm not like Cell News connecting his old fucking Xbox fucking 180.
What
and
was the
playing-
exact wording? He said something like "Get
I-
out with the old shit and in with the new" or something like
Yeah,
that.
That's
Yes.
back compat. That's not remasters. I'll do remasters like I'm fucking shitting them out like diarrhea, but I'm not gonna fucking like scoff at that. That's messed up, man. Like whatever.
Okay, next story.
Next story.
Hey, I'll take it. Okay. I'm just going to keep going down the list here. PS5 focused on value opposed to price.
This is such not a
Sony
God
boss
story.
says. Yeah. So I don't even have to read the story. I'm just going to go past
You probably
this
should,
one.
so at least you sound factual when you're talking about it. Maybe
Do
just
I
open
really
up
need to
in your
sound
browser.
factual?
Because otherwise, this is going to feed into the stereotype of you super biased.
What value?
All right, hold on a second. Like we have like 3 PlayStation 5 stories. Like,
I know.
Can we not like umbrella these? Like
Yeah.
into, like first of all, PlayStation 5. I don't know if you guys noticed. It had a reveal stream. They showed us a console. They showed us a bunch of games.
The
and a
show's going to get
bunch
real
of
short
stories
if
came
we
out of
pull
this.
all these
Yeah,
together.
and
Yeah,
there-
but we can talk about the thing. Like
Yeah,
umbrella,
let's talk about the
though.
whole thing because
Yeah.
that's why I picked this one story because it's the value over the price. It's because one of the stories is about they remain silent on the price, and the other one is they're doing a disc drive.
We talked
version
about this
and a
in
digital
the
version.
news
So-
stories. Yep.
So we have 3 stories here that go hand in hand pretty well.
All right, so let's talk to
so
all of them then.
Let's just kind of rope them all in.
So first of all, value, not the price tag.
Yep.
That to me is saying we don't know how to price it cheap enough, so we're saying that you're getting a lot for all the money you're paying.
And I was going to say that any different than that.
I mean, they're running with the theme that their first party and their exclusives are better than Microsoft's. They've lived
They
on
may
this
be.
platform. Their fan base lives on this platform. They may be. It's just, unfortunately, I think I can say this for all of us. It's not our genre of games that their exclusives are.
So
I was honestly the one thing I was shocked about, and I expected them to do a Spider-Man, so I wasn't sure. Like, Sony's so predictable for me, to be honest with you. But the one thing they did shock me about was the fact that they brought the Horizon game back. I was like,
see, this
okay,
is what
I was a little stoked by that, because I was like, they didn't say they were going to make another one. And the fact that they brought it back, I was like, wow, that's kind of impressive at that point. So I was a little impressed. I watched the whole event. I didn't watch it with these guys and like chime in.
that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think we kind of need to like talk about the show first, and then the 3 stories that go with it, because maybe people don't understand. Maybe people don't know that they showed us Horizons or whatever, right? So like, I think we need to like.
I felt like they did what they normally do, and is at the beginning of the show they showed Grand Theft Auto for game wise, they showed Spider-Man, which both of those are phenomenal games.
Although then they said that weird thing afterwards that the Spider-Man isn't. It's a standalone game.
The marketing behind that new
Spider-Man. Why can't it just be part of everything else? Why does it have to be a
part of the
standalone?
Spider-Verse? Because it's Sony.
I don't think it's a very long game. I think it's going to be a very short game.
No, I think what the problem is, I think people realize people assumed that Spider-Man. So people that haven't watched the PlayStation reveal, they announced the new Spider-Man. It's called Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I think people thought that this was a sequel to the PlayStation
Spider-Man,
4, which is, I think, where the confusion came through, because it's not a sequel to that Spider-Man. It's his own
storyline.
It's his own franchise and storyline, and so.
But it's not a franchise. That's the thing. They also then had to step up.
I mean, because they were like
Spider-Man. It's a standalone. There's only going to be one Miles Morales game, is what they said.
Yeah,
I mean, sure.
So, regardless, what I was saying, so they had those 2 great games in the very beginning, but then it seemed like all the rest of their normal
Yeah, they showed all their. I think they showed a lot of their heavy hitters.
Yeah,
they showed us.
But it was all hopes and promises, like they always do. Like, I feel like it's always hopes and promises. Like, if you have to put a game that says 2020 or 2022 on it, like, don't even show the game to me, okay? Wow. 2021 is fine, but 2022 is a little far out there, Sony, okay? That's pushing it a little
from what
far.
they showed us a bunch of big guns: Spider-Man, GTA Online, Ratchet and Clank, Horizon 2. What else? Dark Souls
Cat Simulator.
Hold on.
No.
That show was full of Flutter, by the way. There was a ton of Flutter games. Like that cat game.
The cat game? There was that other...
That cartoony, artistic-looking back-to-school game or whatever the hell that thing
But when you
was.
want to talk about PlayStation 5's value...
The couch eating game?
Like, you have to talk about what they showed us. And it's
they showed the new Sackboy game.
Yeah, Sackboy is another one.
Sackboy, actually, yeah.
I don't know if that's value. Like, they showed us some good stuff, but I don't know if it was enough
What's that have to do with the price tag of the console?
Right. Like, so, like, I don't know.
The value, when I think of value for the console, like, let's look at both the consoles. Okay, they're fairly competitive back and forth for their hardware wise. Xbox has a little bit up on some of their stuff. Their stuff is a little different on Xbox's stuff is a little different on PlayStation. So they both have a value. I thought that they did bring a value and say they're doing the digital version, even though that's a run backwards for them, because they didn't say they would ever do that. They did the whole disc crap. And now they're doing it, because they realized that was the way they should have done it in the first place. They just didn't come prepared, so they thought they would make fun of Microsoft for it.
Yep.
But the value in the pace that they know that their console's way too expensive and they can't back it off to a price that's going to be valuable to the gamers, I think they're really scared about it. Because the value is there, but is the value for the price there? For Sony, not for us, for Sony.
But the value is there, but like it's not very valuable. They showed us like maybe 3 heavy hitters, and then the rest was like Flutter, like
and games that aren't fucking exclusives. Like they showed Hitman,
not exclusive.
That looked good, but we know that's not exclusive. They showed us weird shit like Bug Snacks. It had a catchy fucking tune. That tune was catchy. Like we all liked the Bug Snacks song, but that game was terrible as fuck.
It was so weird.
You know what? The biggest disappointment out of all those, like there was a lot of kind of flutter ones, but the one that was the biggest disappointment was the the racing game.
Gran
Oh,
Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran
Yeah, I forgot
Turismo.
about that one.
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
looking at that, I'm like, wow, Xbox has racing down so much better. I'm like, that just
the
looked
amount
really.
of time that
That was a
released,
bad showing for that game. I thought.
But
I
think
thought that
about
game
all
was
the
much better.
GT games.
all
Like
the
they,
Gran Turismo was like that. In the time that the last Gran Turismo and the most recent came out, they've released 4 Forzas. Like,
do you remember
just takes them
they even
so
released?
long.
They had to release some weird little Gran
Yeah.
Turismo in the middle that was like a demo
it's
almost
a
to be
demo,
like,
yeah.
we're
I
still
remember.
working on it. Don't worry, it's coming. Like,
It's typical.
what takes them so long? GT3 was on the PlayStation 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like it was, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Someone correct me in chat if I'm wrong or in comments. But yeah, these games trickle out.
And here's the other thing. Like, so let's go with the design wise of the console.
Yeah, let's go design number 2.
Let's smoke a J and design a console.
Okay, so so we look at both consoles and like one's a big brick, and then the other one, and I talked about this earlier. Like this one literally looks like, and this is where you can drink. It looks like a vagina. Okay, you can drink on that one. Okay,
Whoa,
Because-
yawns.
it just looks. I mean, I'm a designer, and that just is not appealing to me at all. I do like the color scheme, but I hate the way it looks.
Oh,
Even laying down,
want
it looks
any
awful.
White. I don't want like everything in my entertainment area.
Oh yeah,
is
mine's all black too. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, as a designer, I like the color scheme, but like the fact that you can see I can see the differences right now because we're looking around on screen. That you have the disk drive one was like it looked like the disk drive one was like an afterthought, and the actual digital one is the one they were actually going to come out with. But they're like, well, we need to throw both these out there because we don't know what to do. Like, you know, I understand
yeah, 'cause-
Microsoft is a big brick, and they were going along the lines of feel like they were trying to do like an Apple thing, like we're going to do a big brick and then we're going to sell it this way.
yeah.
And that's what your PC is, anyways. And so that's the way Microsoft designs and they go. But this is complete. Their controller looks phenomenal. I don't normally like their PlayStation controllers, but this controller, I mean, if they have a black version of it, I mean, like, can I use that for my PC? Because it looks phenomenal. It looks like a really nice controller.
See,
And
that's
the
why
integrated
I'm
portion of it.
in the minority here, but I kind of like it. I like the design. I like the controller.
Really?
Yeah.
You like the vagina, huh?
I would have rather had.
I just don't
the
know
pizza warming
how does
one
it
that
lay
they had.
down? Like, how does it lay down?
Oh, I've
lays
seen
down
pictures.
at
It looks
at a
so
weird.
bad.
They showed it for like 10 seconds in the video because they didn't want anyone to focus on it.
Yeah, but
like,
the
you don't
one
wanna
that
lay it
the
down.
one that I saw laying down was the digital version, and it was that way. But
Yeah.
then if you look at the disc one, it's like it can't go that way. It has to
Because
go
it's
the
got
other way.
it's got the little pregnant.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I don't,
It was a weird design.
I don't know.
I don't understand the design.
Like
of
I
it.
think I said this in our chat. I think at some point that it looks like they got such negative feedback about the PS5 logo when they released it that everyone was so disappointed that they didn't do anything to it that they probably were going with the classic PlayStation design and then said, "Oh fuck, let's change this now," and then threw it to their design department and said, "Quickly give us something modern."
yeah, that's
But-
just sounds like.
But let's
PlayStation
look.
3.
But can we?
Remember the
I wish we
PlayStation
could.
3?
I wish you could pull up all the PlayStations and what they look like.
Remember the
like right
PlayStation
now.
3 when
Yeah.
they showed it to us? At
They
E3?
looked. There's no like classic design between all the PlayStations.
No.
They're all different. Every
Yeah.
year is a different look to them. Microsoft at least has the box look for all of their things across the board. It doesn't matter what shape of box it is. It's still a box console. Okay.
There's this great image of somebody took all of the consoles.
Oh yeah, I
and,
saw that one.
and matched. So they
The
used
height-wise.
the disk drive
height-wise,
size in
yeah.
order to be able to size them, and that's really and the USB port size because those are the only two things.
Isn't
that are constant.
the two new consoles coming out? Aren't they like bigger than all the rest of them too?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's
They
huge.
tower over all the old consoles, which is surprising because when they showed it in
Really?
the
Can you
press
look that
release,
up?
it looked like it was small.
Go to
But then all of a sudden it was like-
twitter.com/Derek Nolan. It's my second tweet.
Yeah, when they showed it in the presser, it looked like it was relatively decent size, smaller than the existing consoles that were out
which is
there.
just crazy. I mean,
But then
not
you put them
too
side by
much.
side, I'm like, wow, that thing
It's
is
crazy to me because
huge.
we have these smartphones that are so high tech and high powered, and then you got these consoles that are they're getting bigger with even more power in them, which is great. They're getting more power, but they're getting bigger. So yeah, I don't know. And
All right.
I think it was a smart move that they got rid of the.
That's insane, right?
I know.
Look at
That's
that.
and it's
For those of you watching the video version, like these things are enormous, and because you do have that disk drive slot, it lets you compare apples to oranges.
Holy shit! It's
Okay.
that much bigger than the PS4 Pro.
yeah. Think
I'm
about
looking-
that.
Holy shit!
Think
I'm
about
looking
this.
at mine right now.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
dude.
No, hit.
How's
Look
that
even
gonna
back
work?
farther. The PS. Okay, for people that don't see the video, we're gonna describe this. The PS3. If you can picture what a PS3 looks like, okay, it's 2 inches taller and probably the same width of the PS3. And the PS3 was so fat and big. Like, think of it being bigger than that. That's just even crazy. Like,
And because it needs that stand underneath to stand up, it technically becomes as wide as the Series X if you stand it up.
yeah, they just did a little more, slimming look to it, I guess.
Dude, that's wild. I did not notice. I did not know that.
Yeah. So if
And,
you
and look at Microsoft. It's brick. Sorry. It's brick, bow tie, brick.
Yep.
But they do get bigger. I mean, it's funny the Xbox One, and then they made the Xbox One X smaller, and then the Xbox S is like X is just huge.
Well, they gotta fit more shit. They have the cooling thing.
I know. No. I know. But
it's funny looking at the 360. It's got that concave look that the PS5 has got right now too. So
well, it's concave unless it has a.
That's
disk
why I call it the
drive.
bow tie look.
Yeah.
Unless it has a disk drive, and if it's a disk drive, it's Prego on that side. So
Yeah.
just for anyone that wants to see this image, twitter.com/Derek Nolan. It's like right near the top of my tweets, and
it's an interesting thing. We're talking about design and value and stuff here. Like, we're not trying to. I know.
Man,
we're not trying to like dump on them. It's just crazy to see the designs between the consoles over years and what they've turned into, and Sony's like so inconsistent on their design wise. Like, you don't even have the PS2 there or PlayStation there.
It's
even laying down.
If I stand it up, which I currently stand up both of them,
it's taller than your TV.
It gets in the way of the TV. I'm not moving the TV because of that thing. So I gotta fucking lay this thing down.
It's even looking at this, I thought the Series X was actually pretty fat. Side to side. It doesn't look as fat sitting next to the PS5 now with the disc drive.
Well, especially like how tall the PS5 is. It's huge. Like, it's like 20 feet tall. If it's taller than the PS3, if you seriously, if you guys are PlayStation people and you've seen a PS3 and how big that console is, it is bigger than that console, which is insane.
And I'm pretty sure depth-wise, I think the Series X is square, right? That's everything.
So
they've
at least
shown.
that it's not deep.
Right, it's not deep, but the PS5 looks like it's pretty deep too.
Oh, it's like a Wi-Fi router. It's full deep.
Yeah.
So
let's go back to
let's talk about the digital now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already touched on
along with value. So we're going through value with all of this stuff. We're making fun of some of it, and we are making fun of Microsoft too, because like they just do the bricks. Like, so honestly,
so the digital is obviously the same height, just doesn't have the pregnant belly to hold the disk drive. It's big.
It's like an afterthought. I don't even.
So that means
So if you look at it, there's one sitting on the side over there on the left hand side there. It shows you kind of what it's inside. So it maybe doesn't look so bad sitting down, but standing up it just looks bad.
Well, still, like depending on like
but still, it's laying down. It's laying down on the wrong side.
No, that's the way it has
to lie down. That's the digital side.
Because
I know.
Probably the disc side.
It's funny that the non-digital has to be the other way. Like, wouldn't you just make
the non-digital is the same way? Why can't
I think it's the same way
on the top?
No, the way that picture is on the left here in the corner, it has it laying down on its right side.
I know, but what we're saying is, I think it's going to go to the same side. It's going to be in the right side on both consoles. So even the Prego one,
at the bottom.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like lopsided. It's like
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess maybe you have to flip it the other way.
That's what I mean. Like, why would they design it so you flip it two different ways? Like,
because I was an after. Like, I really think they were going for the digital version. I think that really was happening. They were going for the digital version, and they thought, "Oh crap, we need to do a disk drive version."
Or
And even though, like, the
cheaper.
funny part about this is, why would the disk drive version cost much more than the,
because Blu-ray
I'm-
drives are still expensive, and
I'm thinking
That's what I was gonna
at this.
ask.
But I'm saying at this point they shouldn't be.
No, they still are. Like
You can go buy a Blu-ray drive, a really nice one for $200.
a 4K. Yeah, so if you can buy
Easy.
a 4K Blu-ray player for $200, then you figure $50 to $100 that should be tacked on to the cost of a console to add that components in there.
But Sony
Making 100.
owns.
Yeah,
Sony
that's
owns
gonna be my
Blu-ray.
second
Okay,
point.
so the only
So-
part of Sony owning Blu-ray is they don't have to pay the Blu-ray license.
Right.
They still have to pay for the hardware that makes it a Blu-ray player.
Right.
So how much do you think that, like, originally when I saw the discless one, I'm like, okay, Sony's going to knock off $50 for the discless.
I'm guessing $100
But
difference.
I'm guessing
You're thinking $100?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think anything, even if Microsoft does it, it's gonna be $100 difference between the two. Easy.
And the more I think about it, the more I really am starting to think that this came into existence because they realized that they were being heavily overpriced.
Yeah, I'm with Hit on this one. I think that they only came out with the digital because they knew they couldn't meet the
Yeah.
price point.
They
that
must add a
needed to
meeting
for the
at-
disc drive in.
They must add a meeting at some point. They're like, all right, they are way cheaper than us. How do we save money and not change hardware too much?
I mean, how would
we
they
could leave
how
off that disk drive, but
Yeah,
then
we
people
get rid of
can't
that disk
trade
drive.
games.
Yeah, but how would they? I mean, would they really?
I'm sure that
honestly
came
know
up, though.
How much cheaper?
I definitely did.
But if we lose the drive, you realize that we're looking like hypocrites, right? Like, yeah, we're just gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to take it. Get the PRT
So,
ready.
do you really think that Sony knew that Microsoft's new console was going to be that much cheaper than theirs?
I mean,
or did they
if-
just
if
speculate?
we're hearing all this stuff, they must be hearing way more than us.
Yeah,
They
because
must have
That's what I'm saying. I'm
spies
just
everywhere.
asking the
They
group.
must have
you know,
spies
for-
everywhere.
I
Yeah.
think that everybody knows Microsoft's going to do as cheaply as possible and put it out there at bare minimum profits, if not a loss, to make sure. And Microsoft has all these like added benefits when it comes to manufacturing that Sony doesn't have to bring down the costs. So I just can't see how they compete. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
it's
I think the end of
wild.
July will be interesting to see what the price of point. I think it's going to be the end of July. We'll see the price point in both of these,
I
or
hope
all
so.
four.
Mm.
We're speculating that Microsoft's going to have two consoles as well. So we're,
For
we'll
some
see.
reason, I agree with you, Yacht. But for some reason, I'm thinking they're gonna wait until like September.
Just
Like,
drag
just-
it out.
Really? You think
make
they're gonna
them,
wait
make them
that
sweat
long?
it? Make them sweat it.
Yeah.
I honestly think Microsoft will come out swinging at their event. They'll show the price at the event. That's
At their
that's-
games event?
yeah.
I don't.
They'll
think
show the
so.
console and
Like the
throw
one where they talk about Halo.
Yeah.
It's called literally like the Halo event. Like
Yeah, I don't think the only reason why I don't think that is because I don't think they want to take anything away from Halo.
They're not.
Because if
They'll
you-
do like they did with the 360 console I have here. They'll have a Halo edition of it.
No, I don't think that. No,
Oh, I don't think we're getting
don't
any
think- I
special
don't-
editions
yeah.
out of
I
the
think
gate,
the only
no.
special edition we're getting is like a day one edition or something. Like, with
and
a
they'll
little-
all
with a
they're
little
all
day one
going to be
on
the
side.
same.
Yeah.
Like they did with the Xbox One.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any special
You,
editions.
you can't do two.
Again, that's another
They've done it all
manufacturing
the
lines for
time.
this.
It's another
They do
SKU.
it all the time.
You can't
I
do
know,
two
but not at
manufacturing
launch.
lines during COVID. Like that's the thing. That's how Sony's fucking themselves. You
No
can't.
launch has ever done that. Also, like historically, no one, like any launch of a console, they've never had like a special, game
but, yeah.
specific.
But you look
console.
at you look at the Series X, it would be much easier to create a custom case to go over that box.
It's just a skin.
It's just
Yeah,
even
yeah.
even
Then
the
you
box.
sell-
it's a
Sell
it's
the
a
skins
4 by
like you
4
did
by
for the
4.
three shitty. Like remember
just
the
saying that
360
you-
sold with all the
but you-
skins on day one.
But you
can
look at
put
the
the skin on the
PlayStation
thing.
5, it's got curves, it's got cuts. It's going to be a lot harder to develop and mass produce special editions of that on day one compared to what Microsoft could do on day one.
That thing is sexy.
Anybody
like
could
a fucking
3D
FiOS
print.
router. Yeah.
I mean, the
you could probably
the
3D print a case to go around the Xbox One easier
the
than
Series X has 4 walls that they would need to wrap. You can only wrap 2 here on the PlayStation.
yeah.
I mean, I think it'd be easier for the PlayStation.
No.
No, I think the Xbox, like you could
4 to
you
2
could 3D
walls.
print a case for the Xbox Series X.
If it's just a skin, you know what I mean? Like,
Have you ever wrapped anything before? Hit.
yeah.
You wrap a square flat surfaces compared to a convex wrapping twisty thing.
I mean,
I think it's easier.
it's two.
For the Xbox
It's two
Series X.
sides. It's 2 walls, right? Like,
Yeah.
independent walls.
You
I
can
can't.
tell
We
them,
haven't
yeah,
seen
but
the.
all
That's the other thing. We haven't seen the back of this thing.
I know.
Like, fuck.
We
I don't know how the
already-
back looks like. It could be one piece. Could be 2. I don't know.
Do you think they have optical hit?
They better have fucking optical.
Hit. Nothing's having optical anymore, man. It's
I know,
passe.
I know.
It's passe.
I heard from Astro Source that their solution is going to be like a USB adapter, like USB to optical or something. I don't know. We'll see.
I'd rather use a third-party one and scrape it off of HDMI personally.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah. All right. Anyone else have any
next
other
story.
things they want to talk about on PS5, or can we move on? Next
Is
story.
anyone swayed? Have they convinced you to pre-order one if they announce it tomorrow? Like,
Oh, if
No,
they
right?
announce tomorrow, I'm still pre-ordering one.
Well, Derek doesn't count.
yeah, I know. Like, stop answering.
Derek's automatically.
Well, no.
Derek,
Would you
Derek's automatically
pre-order
ordering 2 Xboxes in one PlayStation?
Yeah, no
He
matter
automatically-
what happens, those 2 milestones are in my. Like, it's like fucking.
All right, Derek. How about this?
The future
Derek,
has been told.
how about this?
Yep.
What would drive you to get 2 PlayStation 5s instead of just one?
The games.
There's nothing right now that would get me to get.
Yeah,
two.
it would have to
Okay,
be
here we
more
go.
games.
I can't see any reason to get 2 at this point. But there will be 2 Xbox Series X's because that's our primary gaming platforms.
What if Call of Duty announces that shipment is
Shipment
only
is
available on PlayStation 5
But see,
as
you-
of launch?
Okay, but you're missing it because I have Halo at that point. I go back to my sweet spot.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is my side piece. I just bone this thing when Halo's not around, okay?
Okay. All right. Next story. Let's do this.
Next story.
I'll
You
grab
should
mine,
take
guys.
this, and Derek. Derek, you should take the new Pokemon Go. I want you to take that story.
Oh my god.
Please.
This is such a dumb story, and then we'll give Hit a good story.
All right, go.
New Pokemon Go feature will connect it with Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, and more.
What is your
So-
deal tonight?
I don't know, man. Like I can't like my font size is all fucked up and I can't read anything. So Niantic is doing something weird where they're gonna come out with some weird
Why are you connecting the 2 worlds? Come on, Niantic.
so
Ugh.
they're not only connecting these 2 worlds, the and more is Selden's shitty world. Whatever that
Ingress.
fake one is. Ingress.
Ingress. Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
so-
what are they doing?
this other app, so you already have most people just 2, but nerds have 3. Now you're gonna have 4. And you're gonna open the 4th app. It's gonna be like, well, Yant is playing fucking.
Ingress.
No, you're probably playing Pokemon Go. To be honest, I'm playing Wizards Unite. Selden's over at Ingress connecting dotted lines, and it's gonna be like, oh, you want to do something with your friends, and then like somehow you send some magical shit from one to the other, and it changes from from Pokeballs to wizarding
Why?
energy
I don't
to-
understand
to
this.
Ingress
this
jizz or
move.
whatever. I think they want.
Niantic is probably suffering right now. They probably lost a lot of user base because of COVID. Everybody's stuck
I
inside.
doubt-
Even,
I
No,
know.
even though they
they-
made moves to change things, they probably lost a lot of people because they're not getting outside to do what they need to
No,
do.
see, that's the difference. Is
I don't think so.
Wizards Unite did the right thing and Pokemon Go did the wrong thing. Wizards Unite made it completely playable from home. Pokemon Go, these people still need to go out there in the death zone and fucking get vid and die. Like
Yeah, but
nobody wants
Death
to get vid and
zone-
die.
The hardcore players,
That's
the
the
players
outside,
that
Derek's- the
The
death zone
outside
is
of Derek's
outside.
house.
Yeah.
Outside of Derek's house is the death zone. So we're
Yes.
all in death zone. Just Derek's in the safe zone.
Niantic from day one with Ingress has been more trying to connect people socially outside, meeting face to face,
Yeah,
than the
and
solo
that.
player.
Nobody wants that.
That
This is the
they're
vid.
suffering because nobody can get out and do that. Yeah, they gave you allocations so that you could play from home by yourself, but that's not what a lot. There's a huge community behind. You've been on the Discord channels. You've seen the groups that get together to do
No,
the
yeah.
raids.
No, I
I hate
am.
to
I am
know
on
it.
3 different Pokemon Discords and
He
2 different
doesn't
Wizards
check
Unite
them. They're
Discords.
muted.
I
hate to
mute. I
tell
had to
you,
mute them before the show tonight, but they're normally not muted.
I hate to tell you, Selden, but like I have a lot of Facebook groups that when I was doing Pokemon Go. Those people were still raiding during COVID. They were just doing the 6 feet rule. They were saying, "Meet up here. We'll keep social distance."
Those people are terrible fucking humans. That's what I'm saying. Like I saw them on my groups too. Little fucking assholes that couldn't bear to miss.
The point is, I'm go ahead and drink 3 or 4 times there.
Yeah, they couldn't bear to miss some fucking rare mon. Fuck those.
No,
assholes.
I think that they lost a lot of players that would go out and play together. I don't think that
these addicts. I even almost got banned from one of my Discords because I called them all a bunch of crackhead fucking addicts.
They have a specific. Selden, you got to understand. Pokemon Go in Wizard Unites have a specific play. So they did their launch, they've gone to their peak, and they've gone down to a specific player base. And that player base is going to stay the same through the life of the game. The people, just like people that still play Ingress, they're still going to go. It doesn't matter what. There could be zombies running around. They're still going to run around and catch their stupid Pokemon
they would still
and everything else.
With actual zombies out there. Exactly.
They would. Yes. I'm telling you. Guys, need this raid. Make sure you don't pull any zombies. Or like, people will do it. I'm telling you, they didn't lose any money. They have their player base. It stayed keel. It might have dropped a little bit, but those player base
moves that they're making prove that they lost a lot of the player base. I think they've lost a lot of the income. I think they lost from that player base.
Let's be serious. They lost the majority.
I really don't think so. I don't
think so either.
I think they lost more than 50%. Come on.
They lost the non-whale. 50%. The people that were buying raid passes. No. That's all they care about, the whales, the people that are buying raid passes.
I think the ratio is more like 60-40, but they lost a majority of their players. I agree with Selden.
That part doesn't
matter. No, it's just like the streamers. It's like streamers, on Twitch and Mixer. There's the one that the subs are great, but it's the smaller streamers that literally get the people to come in and drop like thousands of dollars on them every month or whatever. Yeah. That's the same thing with this. There is people that are out there literally buy Pokeballs, buying raid passes, buying all kinds of stuff for the game, and they're still playing it. They probably took a little bit of a dip, but I guarantee it's still the same player base. They're not taking much that a dip.
That's in America. I mean, Niantic is huge international too. There's other countries that if they caught you out, you were arrested. You're losing players across the world, not just in your local town here in USA. I think they're suffering financially from player loss and the purchases that those players are making.
Well, maybe that's why they softened Wizards to up Pokemon Go, because Wizards, you didn't have to leave. Pokemon Go, you still had to leave home to do a bunch of shit.
But they made the spawns a lot more, and then the only thing you had to leave home for was to actually hit the gyms. So, and they made those distance raid passes, which
the remote raid passes they added, and you have to buy those as a consumable. I'm not going to do any of that. Like I'm not fucking.
I'm just saying.
I'm not 2 years old.
I don't think that they counted on individual players. They were looking at groups, and it is a social game. It is get out in public, get out and talk to people.
It should never have been that way. It should have just been a game you got in public and play yourself. Fuck other people.
That's not how the games were designed, though. The games were designed to be teamwork driven.
What's that that chart there? Is that
it's spending? They're saying that spending is up.
Spending is up during the vid?
Yeah. But they don't really talk about player base.
So
I could be wrong. Maybe I'm making assumptions but living through playing Ingress and Pokemon Go and Wizards Unite, I know it's a social game, and I know that the social game aspects are seriously hindered by not being able to get out and see face to face and coordinate in person.
That's the problem. They're telling you something like those people were still doing it. The whales. The people that were hardcore people were still going out and spending money and raiding and doing all that stuff.
So I was next to guys that had hundreds of raid passes when I was raiding. Hundreds. These things cost money. You don't get those for free. Like, these people are fucking addicts. Yeah. They're like, oh, you're doing this? Yeah, I'll do it. I can do it 7, 10, 12 times. However many people show up, I'll just keep doing it. Like, fucking insane.
I'd like to see some stats on this. I think that's the only way we're going to settle this.
I don't think Niantic will ever release.
I can't find anything.
Niantic
just
can never
spending.
release their fucking chicken that lays the golden egg, so we're never gonna find it.
All right, next story.
Next story.
All right, I'll grab the next one. I wasn't going to do this one until the last, but I'll do it now. So last week, Destiny 2 had a reveal stream because they were showing off the something, which ended up being their next 3 years worth of content. So they showed us trailer for the next Selden, pipe in if I missed anything. So they showed us the next.
I watched it too.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, Selden's the one that keeps track of this game, but because none of us else do it, right? So anyway,
No, I do. I keep track of games.
okay.
Period.
I was just making fun of Selden.
It's cool.
So
I'm the only one that's booted the game up in the last 6 months. You could say.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So they showed us the trailer for the next thing that's dropping in the fall, which is their yearly update. And then they showed us 2 after that, so the one next year and the year after. They showed us like all the changes that are coming, Vault of Glass, blah blah blah. But their biggest thing, and this is the talking point that I want to talk about because it kind of came up with the new Call of Duty update, is that the game is too big now that they need to shelve content in order to make room for new stuff, which I find extremely interesting. So like the discussion of will there be a Destiny 3 came up, which is a no, because the games would just be too big to encompass everything in Destiny. And they go
you got to go back to the point there that they were trying to make there. They said they screwed up in the fact from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 is they didn't transfer the storyline and everything over your characters and stuff. That's what they wanted to do, but they didn't do it.
Right.
So that's what they're trying to do with Destiny 2. They're trying to keep everything moving with the progression. They're trying to do more of the MMO.
They don't want to do a Destiny 3, and then because that would basically kill Destiny 2. So what they want to do is they want to keep updating Destiny 2 new content, but the big problem with that is that the game is now becoming way too big. I think it's nearing the 200 gigabyte limit size. And so what they're doing is they're introducing a new, and I forgot the name, Destiny Classic Vault
system. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a vault system.
This
I
is
think.
so system. Dumb.
So what they're doing is they're taking away.
Whoa!
You heard that, right?
Somebody just drilled through your wall.
It's the Cloverfield monster outside. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Good.
If something smashes through the wall, rest in peace. So they're introducing the Destiny Classic Vault or whatever that thing is called, and what they're doing is they're taking, which is I think the launch planets. So Io, Titan, Mercury, and they're shifting it over to the Classic Vault, basically shelving it, and they're adding the new stuff that they're adding from the trailer.
Because they're trying to make it so it loads. A lot of they have so many places to go. They're trying to make it load better. And
so they explain stuff that stuff loads. One tidbit of information that they gave us was every time that they have an update, they literally have to process it for a day. They have to go home for the day, come back the next day, and wait for it to finish. And then if something bad happens, oh shit, we missed this thing, we gotta wait another day. And it was becoming
because of
too
all
big.
the content that's in there.
Yeah, so
it opens up great possibilities, and they brought this up during the presser that it's going to give them the ability to move like raids or worlds off into the shelf, but then they can bring back or introduce new items. So they can bring back Vault of Glass.
Yeah, which they're doing, that was the example.
I'm they're going to bring this back for a 3-month stint or whatever the length of period of time that that they end up determining.
Right.
They're going to be able to bring these things back in a rotational based schedule. So you're not losing any of the DLC that you may have purchased or anything like that. Parts of it may be shelved for a little while, but they're bringing other items back into it. They're able to introduce new items to it. And that way the game doesn't get to the point where it's just a freaking lag fest.
Where I find that interesting is not from a Destiny aspect, and I think you see Derek I hate Destiny. I don't think it has to do with Destiny. I think it has to do with gaming, because it came up with Call of Duty. Call of Duty had an update, and it was 45 gigabytes.
No, it was broken on Xbox. It was 96 on Xbox.
Well, they made you re-download the whole game on Xbox.
Yes,
but for me, I had to download 45 gigabytes, and it makes you wonder
Why can't they compartmentalize this? Yeah.
Our game's gonna get like Destiny now. Like you know what I mean? Like, are we gonna have to like get rid of stuff because they just can't update? And
add more
Well,
SSDs.
so the problem was, I think it was the whole Activision problem that Activision was pushing so much on Bungie
Sequels.
to push out content that they were pushing so much content out, they kind of bastardized the game, and then that's why Derek hates it now, because it wasn't the correct content that they really wanted to push for. The stuff that, like, I would love to go back and play if it was actually legitimately would have been fun to go back and play. I was excited about it, but I'm not going to go back and play because it'd be so hard to get in with anything that's going on, especially the storyline and
the new fucking enchants and this and that and currencies and
I know you guys gave me a bunch of shit when they reintroduced the Cosmodrome during that little brief period. They brought back the original Cosmodrome where you're out in the junkyard and you have to fight your way back into the. I thought it was great content. It was phenomenal to be back in that world of the original Destiny 1.
But the problem is, Sheldon, everybody said it's been so dry. Destiny's still been so dry. They've had some little peaks here and there, but everything has been so dry that, like, I mean, the people are struck. There's people that are still hardcore playing it. The people that are grinding it, the same people like Pokemon Go. There's the people that are going to grind it and still do it. But if you want to pull people back that had the nostalgia, like Derek or I or Hit, you're going to have to bring back the core value of what it is. And I think they're trying to do that. But then, like Hit saying, like, what does it mean that they're stripping out content and then like putting it back in a later date?
Yeah.
What the biggest point that I heard when I was listening to the stream, I was listening to people talk about it afterwards, is like, what about the people that are coming back in that like some of the storylines that mash up together? Like, you're missing a whole raid or two. Like, there's a bunch of content that's removed from the game that's really impertinent to a lot of the storyline and a lot of way the game plays. So, like, I that's what struggled for me when I was watching it. I was excited about it. I was struggling with, like, you're removing content. How do you do that and not affect the game?
When they said that we're losing this planet, and this planet, I was like, planet? Like, the whole planet is gone?
Yeah.
Like, four of them?
Terrible.
Like, what? That's like a good, like, more than a third of the game is being removed, and like it's nice that they're adding other stuff to it. It's just, I don't know.
It's not.
Like, I'm just worried about other games doing this, like Red Dead or or
I
Call
feel
of
like
Duty.
what they should have done was something similar to this. They could have done with their scope. They should have done a Destiny 3, but not call it Destiny 3. They should just call it like Destiny Universe or something like that. Destiny Light and Dark.
Destiny.
And then pulled everything from Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 all in this universe and have a new universe and fix all
and
the
do
crap.
it right. Yes. Yeah.
The one good thing out of this reveal, though, like the one positive that I actually really liked, is they announced generational crossplay. So if you have a Xbox One, Xbox One X, Series X, like, it'll all be one. Same with PlayStation, and then I think they said for the year after that it'll be fully crossplay, which I was like, finally, like, been wanting that in Destiny for the longest time.
Yeah, but nowadays it's going to be the current gen and the next gen. So
yeah, just get everyone in the same pool, and so that was one thing. That was one good thing out of that.
Everything else seems terrible, though.
Well, they see, the thing is, they have to do that hit because their player base is declining, and if they don't, if they're going to keep on this journey the way it is, the way they have it scoped now, and keeping it as Destiny 2, which they need to revamp the name. It just needs to be like I said, Destiny Light and Dark.
Same with
rename
with smart delivery and all that stuff. Like, that's where we're going, like, to this one, one kind of place. So. Yeah, it's nice to see that they're going to be doing that in a year and a half from now. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Destiny blows. Next story. Do we only have one left? No, we have a couple.
No, we've got a couple left. There's one we missed.
We can
the Amazon one
quick.
and data.
I'll take one quickie. Call of Duty Warzone's new Rumble mode is a 50v50 deathmatch. I might actually play Warzone, you fucks. Like,
yeah, I played this. Terrible.
That's all I want is a fucking deathmatch.
It's terrible.
Why?
It's terrible. It's not that good. It's okay. It's a lot of it's too much mayhem. It's like it's not the whole world. It's like a small section of it.
Is it mayhem like Shipment?
Kinda.
Then I'm balls deep, bro. I'll fuck that shit. It doesn't matter.
I think I said this last time we talked about Warzone when they were talking about going to a 3v3 or a 2v2 version. I said, no, they need to go bigger. They need to go 50v.
They've gone bigger. This
reeks
I think that's
I'll
Fortnite,
actually try this. Yeah.
This is like Fortnite. Like this is what Fortnite does.
No, but there's respawns in this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly like Fortnite. Fortnite has a mode where it's 50 for 50, and they literally is on the map, and they shrink the circle to a certain point, and they just battle back and forth.
But Fortnite, you still have to build shit.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying, like, this is where they're getting this from, right? Like,
all right. Well, they've done it better, so I'm gonna try this Wednesday night.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm in. Balls deep.
I think you'll like it, actually. I think you'll like it.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Next story. Data suggests almost half of Xbox One owners own a PS4.
That's funny.
And, cool.
That's funny.
I mean, I have one. Derek's got one.
Well, there you go. It's half of us.
It's half of us.
It's half of us.
There
right there.
Didn't Selden say he picked up one?
No.
Used?
No, that was for
PlayStation 2. You said
PlayStation 2. Yeah.
Story verified.
There you go.
Half of our Xbox One owners. Well, technically, if you took it, how many Xbox Ones do you have hit? You have two,
I have
right?
one.
Oh, I thought you had two.
I have one.
All right. So then we're 25% because we have 8 and 2. No, we have 8 and 1. So we're 12.5%. Yeah.
I'm 3 and 0. So
yeah.
I think they mean per person, not how many Xboxes you have.
Household.
Yeah, it's just per household. Yeah, okay, per household, and then we've met their requirements.
Yeah, we did. Next story.
Next story. Jan did the next story, but he didn't take the next story because
I don't want it.
He has a party in the background.
I was just trying to.
I know Jan's got a party going on there, so. Not that we didn't hear it. Let's get that basement.
I don't know anything about this, but sure, I'll take it. Why not?
I'm working on it. I promise.
It's not living it. Oh, there we go. Amazon's Colonial MMO New World enters closed beta on July 23rd. Don't know anything about it, but Amazon apparently created a Colonial.
This is big news for
RPG.
Amazon. This is that Amazon Game Studio stuff. This is their
Why does it look like
Amazon's really rocking stuff here lately? This is interesting.
Why does it look like Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz is holding a Thor hammer?
Thor's hammer.
What is this?
It does look pretty badass, right?
It's got pirate ships in the background, so you should be all about it.
There's a video.
Well, Hit loves a video. He'll always take a video over a screenshot any day.
So
he'd rather have something like a cinematographic.
Oh, this looks
gameplay
awful already.
Does it look better than World of Warcraft?
It looks like a futuristic, robotic Lords of the Rings, Sea of Thieves. It's a mess.
Where do you see a thieves from in here?
I saw a pirate ship in the picture of one.
Why is that automatically being
and that guy's got a plague doctor mask on? Like,
there's so much going on in this. It's just,
this looks terrible. Let's end the show. This is terrible.
I feel like that looks pretty good. But
good job, Amazon. Way to enter the market.
You would.
It's going to take a lot to get me back to an MMO.
Selden is pre-ordered and ready to go.
No. This is the last piece of garbage I think I want. See the pirate ship right there?
No, Selden's pre-order came with his Stadia account that he's pretending he doesn't have. All right. Well, that wraps up our news. So if you have news stories for next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooledplay.com. You can also comment on this thread in the Tool Play homepage. Pull up the episode of the show. Drop some comments in there, and we'll talk about them next time. And sponsors! If we had them, we'd talk about them, but we don't, so we won't. So we'll move on and get to Twitter. Twitter's up. You can find everything Tool Play on Twitter.com. Tool Play. Everything podcast related to Twitter.com. Like, we say this every week. You know this. Twitter.com/TooledPlay. Twitter.com/StillGotGame. Twitter.com/Derek Nolan.
Twitter.com/IsaacHitman.
Twitter.com/Selden007.
Twitter.com James A. Yant.
Facebook the fuck out. Why is Yant losing it? Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/Derek Nolan and
Facebook.com/Selden007.
And there's also Facebook.com/tool-to-play. Just saying. We have a YouTube channel, YouTube.com/tool-to-play. That's where we do all of our archive video content. So go there, subscribe. You'll have access to all the episodes of this show, Hits, Quick Hits, Selden's Dick Cam, Tips, Immature Interviews, whatever it is, like they're all there. And if you want to hear the crinkle, Tips, Hits bringing back, no, he's shaking his head, yes. It's coming back in the fall. He's going to do the unboxing.
COVID killed the show. COVID killed it. It's not coming back, guys.
all right.
Rest in peace. Dun, dun.
For right now, Hit's saying it's not coming back, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw it on PS5 and Xbox Series X launch day. So go there, subscribe, and you'll get all of our archive video
Crinkle.
crinkle.
I would love if he actually does a show for those releases.
That would be sick to bring back the crinkle. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. We need some 5-star reviews. So go there, give us 5 stars. And if you have an extra 5 seconds, write us a little review that's like, their show's pretty awesome, except when you hear kids talking in the background. Or any kind of review you want, just drop that review in the chat and it'll be sick. We also have a Discord channel. That's Discord, tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord, as in Still Got Game Discord. You can drop in there and you can talk with us all day long. Hid and I talk less. Selden will talk to you literally all day. You can literally be in a conversation from 7 in the morning till he goes to bed at night.
I will say we would get pretty active during the good big pressers too. So if you want to get our takes right off the hot, they're right there if you want to join us on Discord.
Yep. Well, it's zoomed in on himself a weird way, but that's cool. So the Discord is definitely a place to talk to us, especially as these console announcements come up during the pricing events and everything else. I'm sure things are going to be fucking off the hook. So go to tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord and sign up and chat with all of us all day long. We also have Mixer channels, mixer.com/tooltoplay. That's where we broadcast all this fucking shit live to you every day. We fucking jam this into your ear holes and eye holes. Fucking go there, follow us and subscribe on Mixer, and you'll get this show. We also co-host all of our other individual streams on there. So if you're at Mixer, oh my God, Yant lost half his head in the video. Yant's hair shrinks. Like now he's no hair. Now he's kid and play. Like I don't even know what's going on with Yant's hair.
Derek, you've lost it tonight, buddy.
I know,
you've lost it. I've completely lost it.
Your video is completely insane with your green screen.
Why is it with the narrating thing, man?
I know it's a new thing I'm doing. So mixer.com/tooltoplay. That is where we broadcast all of our live content. We also have our own Mixer channels. I'm at mixer.com/Derek Nolan.
I'm at mixer.com/IceHitman.
I'm at mixer.com/Selden007.
I'm at mixer.com/YauntDog7.
And I want to remind you all, you can join us each and every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, mixer.com/tooltoplay. And on that, when we wrap this Tifless episode up, I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
And I'm Roger Hitman Roken.
I am Chris Selden007 Selden.
I'm James YauntDog Yaunt.
Sometimes you just got to pass the disc.